What did your friend do that accidentally turned you on? In a hotel room on a school trip with a bunch of my friends, we were of course talking about Essex and kinks and acid, and it went a little something like this. Friend, op, do you like to be choked? Me, I wouldn't know. Friend, throws me back on the bed and chokes me. Me, plus, your plus, edit, spacing. Drive his car. I've never been into cars, or particularly into car guys, but I looked over at him, since we were talking, and we were going pretty fast and I don't know, my body wasn't ready to look at my friend driving his fast car I guess. I was cracking jokes with a coworker, and when she laughed at something I said she pushed at my chest in that oh stop it you kinda way and oh boy I damn near melted right then and there. Ran her nails along the skin on the inside of my forearm. I'm straight but holy FCK. I mean I was straight, now I'm not sure. I have a voice kink. I specifically like very deep voices and certain accents. Playing D&D with my best friends can be very confusing for my vagina. I came back from freshman year college to visit high school and walked into the auditorium where an incredibly cute girl I was friends with saw me, stopped what she was doing, and literally ran up the aisle and jumped into my arms to hug me. Plot twist, married 26 years and have a son. Surprise backwards hug that turned into a full-on embrace. Heart fluttered like crazy. This one girl started tickling me. When I started tickling her back, she started to moan and said she was sensitive there. Awkward drive home. She was the popular girl in our class. She said I love you to me as a friend I think anyway or I'm just incredibly f***ing dense. I didn't like her but it still made my heart flutter. We were hanging out with a bunch of people and moving from one location to the next. She asked to ride with me in my car since I was solo. When she got in my car she told me to wait and leave the parking lot last. Then she said let's ditch everyone and just go somewhere else. Just you and I. In high school, we were doing some kind of project in class 3 males and 3 females. I'm one of the males. All 6 of us are sitting across each other of the same table, with the chairs pushed really close together. I'm in the middle and the girl sitting across me is pretty cute. I was never interested here in any romantic way, since she was a good friend, but she's cute. She seems to be flirting with the guy next to me and everything is going well. All of a sudden this girl starts rubbing her legs against my legs. This goes on for like 10 whole minutes. A few more and I would have nutted right there. It wasn't anywhere near my crotch or anything too subtle, but she's definitely moving her leg back and forth against my leg and I just couldn't concentrate or do anything productive for the life of me. I just hope I didn't make any weird faces. Now, from the context you would think that she was aiming for the guy next to me who she was flirting with, and I still think the same thing. As I said we were friends, but neither of us have any kind of attraction to each other. Regardless, that was such a great feeling. I may or may not have a leg fetish now, and I may or may not have jacked off to that experience multiple times. I found restraints on his bedposts from an encounter with an ex and made fun of him, then asked him how they work. Instead of telling me, he proceeded to put the ankle restraints on me and threw my legs over his neck and showed different ways he could FCK me. I've known this dude since I was a kid and has family to me, but I instantly wanted to drop my panties and say FCK our childhood. Let's ruin a friendship. So that's how I found my kink in college. When he whispers into my ear, even though sometimes it's just something silly and not sexy. Formal Friday at school and my friend got real close and straightened my tie for me. I'm still waiting for something to get me that excited again. Held my hand for a few seconds. Just happened a few days ago. She was driving and we held hands for a while. I'm still evaluating why that had such an impact on me. Really cute girl I had a crush on sat in my lap on the school bus headed home because there weren't enough seats. This same girl also told me I don't ever ask guys out because that's their job. Holy edit, I was so stupid. Edit, thanks for the award. One of my first few ever. A close friend from uni pulled my ponytail firmly enough to get my attention because I didn't hear him call me. Had to catch my breath after that. We're married now. As a guy I decided to fall asleep on a close friend's lap who then proceeded to stroke my hair and lightly pulling it. It was really hard to fall asleep cause I was more worried that I'd get a boner from that. Was giving a very good friend of mine a hug by and I must have squeezed harder than normal or something cause she just melted into me and let out the most pleased moan I've heard her make. Stood there for a good 40 seconds holding her up while she composed herself. Her boyfriend was not pleased at all. There are no accidents. Master Uruguay. He jumped up, grabbed a fire escape ladder, pulled himself up, and climbed all the way to the top. Just oh dear. That's how I learned I have a thing for people climbing pulling themselves up. One of my girlfriends walked out of my dormitory building in just some short shorts and a plaid shirt, and afterwards she just sat next to me and put her head on my shoulder. But she has a boyfriend. I had this friend that, while having long phone call sessions, she used to talk to me in this seductive sounding Colombian accent and called me bizcocho, which is cake in Spanish. Never thought being called a dessert would be hot, or maybe I'm just weird. We were in some math class in high school, and she was tutoring me mid-class. She was leaning over next to me as I was sat down, and she had her hand on my back. She was almost whispering into my ear how to figure out this problem. Something about her voice was so soothing and arousing. It was very sensual, and I still think about it often. Nothing ever happened with her. We grew apart after school. Something very similar happened at my job recently though, so it brought me back. A group of us went to a firework display, and during the usual louder and bigger finale fireworks she jumped, grabbed my arm tight and didn't let go. Not sure what happened inside me, but yeah, that did it. 3 years ago, we were once on a school trip, and we went to the woods, and I went with my other friends into the deep woods. We were all boys, and we got a little lost. She went out alone to look for me, and when she found me, she just hugged me and whispered in my ear, "God damn it, don't do this again." What the hell would I have told your parents? And my dumb f-king ass just laughed and shrugged and pretended like my heart didn't explode that day. Well, anyways, 3 years later I confessed, and I'm sleeping right beside her now, and she has no idea I'm writing this.